Welcome to BARDA, Build a Database application. We're showing you how we built the simple project management application. So far we've created our materials, we've added fields, and we've also added our filters. Now it's time to look at how our data is going to be displayed. Data for a material can be displayed in a listing format or in a form format. Let's first look at how our project material looks like on its listing. We've partly defined our project listing when we defined our fields. We decided what we would include in the listing and what would we exclude. We excluded the attachments and the description because they're too long to display in a listing format. However, we also want to display some of our internal fields. We have 3 internal fields. We have an ID, the user that created the material, and the date it was added. In this case, we want to show all 3 fields, and they will be shown as the last 3 fields in the listing. Now let's look at our form. Forms can be configured in a slightly more complex way because we have the concept of tabs and field sets. We can also add new fields when looking at our form because we often think of new fields and new filters that we want to use. We can arrange the order of our fields using a drop and drag. On the project example, let's add a new form tab and move our attachments to its own tab since they are optional. On our Form tab, we could add some text description, or we could just leave it blank. Let's give a sort order to this tab and press Save. Now we have a new tab, and we can drag our attachments to it. Since we're using tabs, we now have to name our first tab. Let's give it an explicit sort order of 1. And there we have our General and our Attachments tab. Our listing and our actual form. Let's do the same thing again for our tasks. Let's look at our task listing. Again, we already decided what we were going to have on the listing and not on the listing. We're going to have the name and the status in the task listing, and we're going to exclude attachments in our description. Again, we want to see these internal fields, so we add them. Now let's look at our form. Again, we can move things around using drop and drag. This time, let's not create a tab. We'll just leave it as it is. And there you have it. We've created our views for both of our materials. We've configured our listing and we've configured our form.